Some relatives were avoiding gatherings altogether, while others quietly showed their support for me. The tension was impossible to ignore. That's when Mom decided to arrange a peace talk at her house. She called me, insisting that we all needed to sit down and work things out for the sake of the family. I told her flatly that I wasn't interested unless Justin was ready to offer a real apology. She tried to argue, but I stood firm. The peace talk happened without me, and from what I heard, it didn't go well. Justin apparently spent most of it complaining about how he was being attacked, while Mom tried to mediate and failed miserably. Dad, to his credit, didn't back down. He reiterated that Justin needed to take responsibility for his actions, but without me there, the whole thing devolved into a blame game. For the first time in years, I felt like I was in control. The situation was messy, but I wasn't the one scrambling to keep the peace anymore. Justin might still be trying to spin the story, but the cracks in his golden child image were starting to show, and I wasn't about to let him patch them up so easily. Update 4. Not long after the so-called peace talk flopped, cracks in Justin's perfect image started to show, and it didn't take long for everyone to notice. The first hint came from an unexpected source, my cousin Julia. She mentioned in passing that Justin had been asking around for a loan. At first, I brushed it off as typical Justin behavior, but then I started hearing the same story from other relatives. Turns out, Justin was in financial trouble. Bad trouble. He'd been relying on Mom to cover his bills, and it was getting harder for her to keep it under wraps. The golden child wasn't as untouchable as everyone thought. Mom tried to spin it. She pulled me aside one evening, saying Justin was going through a tough time, and that I needed to cut him some slack. She went on about how stressed he was and how he just needed support. I let her finish, then calmly reminded her that past struggles didn't excuse years of bad behavior. If anything, the way he handled tough times only made it clearer why boundaries were necessary. Mom didn't like that answer, but for once, she didn't argue. Justin, of course, didn't take this quietly. He doubled down on his manipulation, telling anyone who'd listen that I was being cruel by holding a grudge. But here's where things got interesting. People were starting to push back. A few relatives who'd stayed neutral until now began calling Justin out directly. At one family gathering, an uncle openly told Justin that his constant deflection and excuses were getting Aunt, the same one who had quietly